And I mean, I know I always hate these four words, but especially with the pandemic, you do start realizing how important it is to not assume what anyone's experience is. Because, I mean, in this case, everyone kind of knew what was going on. You know, you look at someone and you're like, I know that they're, like, the pandemic is hard on everyone. Like, everyone needed a little extra empathy. But it's this moment of, like, these things that seem to just happen and that can just be happening in the background of our lives can really make it so much more difficult to function.
I had a moment with a professor last semester, I think, because going to school in a pandemic is a very strange thing. It kind of requires this like cognitive dissonance where you're like, oh, the world is falling apart, but still gotta look at the syllabus, gotta go to Zoom school.
Yep.
And this was back when all of my classes were on Zoom. And I had a professor sort of mid-class just kind of stop and share that he had had a loss in his family recently, and that had affected him very deeply, very personally. And we just like stopped the class for 10 minutes and we all just kind of shared that like we all know people that were affected by COVID. A lot of us knew people who had died of COVID, and just what a bizarre thing it is to be pretending that everything's normal, going to college, doing your essays, doing your exams, when like hundreds of people are dying every day. And it's just this very strange environment that almost requires you to detach from your empathy a little bit to go around doing your normal everyday life, because otherwise you would just be so overwhelmed with emotions. But even taking that like 10 minutes with a professor to recognize like what a bizarre time we live in and reconnect with that empathy just for a second before going back to class, I think was really nice, and that really had a profound impact on me.
Have you ever felt empathy from a William & Mary professor?
Yes. Specifically, my sociology professors are very, like, understanding about mental health stuff and, like, deadlines and stuff. They are very understanding about, like, giving extensions or people getting COVID and stuff. They always have Zoom rooms open this year, even though everything's in person. My bigger, like, lecture classes, the professors haven't really said much about, like, extenuating circumstances and stuff, but I'm sure that they would still be nice if people had something going on.